You know, it's the moment that you decide to make a change that everything lines up perfectly for you. Let me tell you about my experience so far. So, I'm right now in beautiful, sunny California, sunny and hot California. And I got here about a week ago or so, something like that, maybe over a week ago. But when I got here, my intention was to go to this festival. It was this beautiful festival that was supposed to have all these amazing people and music and meditation and yoga. And I was super hyped up on Mountain Dew, saying how much of an amazing time I was going to have. But basically, the day before I decided to fly out, the event was canceled. The event was canceled, and instead of me flipping out and being so upset that I could not be able to enjoy this festival that I had planned for some time to go to, I decided, hey, let's make the most of it. And look where I am. It turned out amazingly well, let's just say. First night, we ended up at this hostel where I booked it at the last minute because, of course, I thought I was staying somewhere else, so we canceled that, and I ended up staying at one night at a hostel. Let me just readjust here because my knees are hurting. I'm not as young as I once was, and yeah. Anyway, we stayed at this beautiful hostel, and it was super cheap. And when we got there, it turns out that it was a karaoke night with free beverages. So of course that was a great time. They had free food, free beverages, and karaoke night. I did one of my favorite jams. Somebody once told me the world is, you know what it is. Rest in peace. Anyway, I just found out that he passed also that night. So anyway, it's been a great time since so far. I ended up we're at my grandparents' house right now, which is where we've been staying for the past few days, and they showed us a wonderful time in this wonderful city. There's a bunch of queers here, by the way, so that's been cool to see. It's like queer town, queer nation is what it is. But man, I've been having a great time. I've been enjoying myself really, and just going with the power of just being okay with change and allowing things to happen, allowing things to unfold because you never know how they'll turn out to be. Grateful and I'm thankful that it was canceled, the event that we originally planned to go to, because it turns out there was fires up there, and I don't want to be in a fire, and I hope that everyone up there is safe. Um, but instead, I've been really enjoying myself here. I went to a casino and didn't do great, um, but it was fun. I don't know if I'll do it again, but it was fun. I've been just exploring around here. There's a great ice cream shop that we went to. Oh my gosh, it was like pineapple coconut was one of them, and yes, it had all the little serene pieces in there. And then I also had like this maple nut one, which I think it had like pecans and something else in there. Pistachios. Oh, it was so good. I tell Victoria all the time, like, I would never go to eat ice cream unless I was with you, because she's always the one that opts for ice cream. But anyway, with this power of just letting self go and allowing for great things to happen, great things to happen to you is perfect, because sometimes when we want things to go our way so bad, there ends up being a lot of resistance that we can face. There ends up being a lot of things that we want to control, and then we realize they're not in control anyway. So then, you can get upset and angry about how things aren't turning out the way you want them to be, when instead we can just choose to just go with the flow on certain things. We don't have to always be in control. We can definitely be mindful and think about things that we want to do, think about things that we'd like to experience, and definitely have those things in mind. But the important thing is to choose them and let it go. because we don't know how it's going to work out. And if you do decide to let go, you could find out that it may turn out to be way better than you actually could have imagined it to be anyway. So, I mean, this is kind of like a replay in the cycle that's going on in my life right now. I'm working on this business with my wife. We're having an amazing time, but there's also, those what's going to happen moments that we experience, those times where it's just like, did I make the right decision? Will this be right? Will it work out good? Should I do this? Am I ready for this? There's so many questions that come up, but those all those things come up only when it's like you're trying to be in control. You want to be in control of everything. So I recognize and I realize that when I let go and just allow, then I see that so many other things can work out better than I could have projected them to happen. And, that's the beauty of what I've been uncovering here. It's been a year. Wow. A little actually over a year since I left my corporate job and have just been working on me and figuring out what I want to do and growing into the person who I am and just allowing that all to happen. Because, when you're stuck in this rigid space, again, maybe it's that work job for you, maybe it's um, whatever that may be for you, whatever that rigid space is that you have right now, when you're stuck in that space, then it's really hard to just breathe. It's really hard to just breathe. And it's been an interesting time again, like what's happening or what has happened this time here. Like everything didn't work out as I planned, but it's as I just sit back and see what's happening, it's working out better than I could have imagined. I've been spending some great quality time with my family back at home. I have a nephew that I'm so grateful to spend so much time that I have been spending with him. Um, and all these things wouldn't have happened if I were still stuck in that rigid space and wanting to plan, and for everything to be perfect. Because as much as I did plan, and I said, hey, I'm going to leave my job, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to achieve it, and this is the exact steps that it will go. Like, none of that happened. None of it has gone that way yet. I've experienced some extreme things. I mean, right now, beautiful sunny California. I was just in India. I lived in India, in Rishikesh, India, the birthplace of yoga, for 2 months of my life. In fact, I spent my 35th birthday just there. And I had a interesting time. I would lie to you if I tell you it was amazing and I loved every second of it, because I didn't. It was a moment there that I had to adjust to a different kind of life. I am so extremely grateful that I was able to experience that, and that I was able and have the opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to input myself here, and then I can gracefully also take myself out, because it's a different lifestyle. And I definitely see the appeal of the, basics of living. However, there's other things that I enjoy. So I'm definitely grateful for the experience. I'm going to read just again because my knees and my legs is falling asleep. But um, really grateful for the experience. Really grateful for the time that I had there. And I learned actually a lot about myself and a lot about what I'm willing to deal with, what I'm not willing to deal with, what I can live with, what I can't live without. And also with each experience, I realize that, there's things that I like about it, things that I don't like about it. And then as I am one, and we are one, that we are putting on these experiences as well, these 1 day retreats, these half days, these multi-day experiences, we get to really see what we do like, what we don't like, and how to really implement that. The things that we like from different places, and how do we implement that into what we're creating. So it's been an amazing journey. It's been beautiful. And all of this rant and rambling about all the things that I've been going through recently is really just for you to hopefully see that sometimes if you just let go and you let be, there's so much that you can uncover within yourself. There's so much that you get to experience that you wouldn't have been able to experience if you were so focused in this rigid mindset and in this rigid space of what needs to happen and what should happen and by when it should happen. So I just encourage you to relax and let live. Relax can be a challenging word for self. Funny story about that. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, you know about the word relax. So same thing. Could be challenging, could be quite difficult to just say, hey, let me close my eyes and take a couple deep breaths for myself. Let me chill. Let me just let today go. I know I planned the day strategically, but hey, my strategy isn't working because there are outside forces, because we are dealing in this collective space, and sometimes things don't go exactly the way you plan them to. But if you have an intent, I'm sure that that intent will come across, and you'll still be able to at least feel and discover things that are meant for you to feel and discover. So, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, whatever this is for you. I hope that you can take some of what I said and be able to utilize them into your life. But I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my sunny California day. Peace and ways. Much love to you.